Welcome everyone to the L7C podcast, My Hero Academia edition. Today we have a very special episode for y'all. We are going to be talking about the Hero 2 episode with High School Aerie, but even to make it more special, for the first time in years, this is a in-person podcast with the My Hero enthusiast, Andrea Alanese. How are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm doing great. It is a lovely day. The weather is beautiful. It's been a wonderful weekend, and I'm excited to do a pod in person for a very special, brief episode.
Yeah, brief is the word. What would you say? 6 minutes? 6 minutes? If that, and like we were talking about, the preview was like 2 minutes,
yeah.
So very, very quick. So will be one of the shortest My Hero pod we've ever had. So
I mean, we'll see what happens. We could stretch it out. Maybe Captain Byron will be chatting me on Instagram like, how in the hell is this pod 20 minutes long? We'll see. We're gonna just keep it rolling. But yeah, obviously you saw me. We just watched it together.
Yep.
I was crying.
Yep.
What else is new? But no, I really thought there was gonna be there was a lot within the episode, so I don't want to take away from that at all.
Yep.
It's just the fact that I thought it would be like a regular length episode, about 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So then when we get to see most of the scenes, basically all of the scenes from the trailer happen, and then it's the end of the episode, I was just like, wait, what?
Yep.
Where's the rest of it?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the rest of it? But I mean, it was wonderful to get to see everybody for, a brief moment outside of their, hero roles. Deku being a teacher, of course, he still has like a mentor role in Aerie's life, and Lemillion too. And so it was nice to see everybody come together for something outside of just, the quote unquote world of hero work.
Mm-hmm.
Although, it's still related since the whole episode is called Hero 2.
Yep. And
I mean, it comes full circle in that, Aerie first smiles when she gets to hear Jiro and the rest of Class 1A perform. And so she realizes that's her dream, and now she's doing the same, putting herself out there to perform in the streets. So it wasn't even like a full... I thought maybe she was going to like a arts high school or something, and they're doing like either a talent show or like their like senior capstone or something like that. But no, it was just like a street performance, throwback to pop step, like just getting out in the streets with her bandmates. And so like, I guess we'll start at the beginning of the episode, or I will start at the beginning of the episode, where Aerie kind of just pops in at UA, runs into Eraserhead and President Mike, and they're like, oh, what are you doing here? Yeah, Deku's not here. And she brought, what was it? Steam buns? Paw steam buns, courtesy of, I'm forgetting her name. Was it Mandalay? Is that,
one of the cats?
Yes. Picking them out for them. But she wanted to come and speak with Deku to congratulate him about, doing his hero comeback. And President Mike is talking to her about like, well, you missed him, but like he's gonna be at your concert. And we see a little sticky note like as a reminder that her concert's that weekend.
Effing millennial.
I know.
Very effing millennial.
I appreciate it. The only thing missing from that little note was a little doodle.
Yeah.
I would have appreciated just a little tiny doodle. Anyway, and she's like, well, like, yeah, but I don't want to just like walk up to him and be like, congratulations on, your hero comeback at the middle of the concert in the street. And President Mike is like, oh yeah, I mean, they are big shots, because she's invited basically everyone and is expecting Deku, Lemillion. Jiro said she wouldn't miss it for the world. And where Jiro goes, Denki goes. And where Midoriya goes, Bakugo and Shoto go. So, I mean, it is basically, she has almost the entire top 5 heroes at her concert. So we see them actually physically like standing towards the back to not like take away any of the spotlight from her. And it is an impromptu concert. And so she didn't, she and her bandmates didn't like advertise like, oh, come to our concert, you know, like the top heroes are here. They weren't banking on their fame and success as heroes to try to bolster their own popularity, which, you know, is applauded as being good discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, everything Aries ever done that we've seen is good. She's just a good-natured, good-hearted girl, which is wonderful considering all of the
things she's been through.
Exactly. So I did have a question. I don't know if you would know this because I don't know if you did any research after the trailer. I definitely didn't. But was the girl on the keyboard, is she one of Sue's siblings?
I think potentially. I didn't like really look into it. I think if we looked, I think so.
Right?
Sue did have a good amount of siblings.
She did.
Yeah.
And I know two of them, that was like, I don't want to say an Easter egg, but it was like, you can see two of her siblings are in Deku's UA course. So it's not those, but I'm like it. She also had froggy traits. Mm-hmm. And so like could be totally off base. Maybe it's a cousin. Right. Who knows? But that thought popped in my head, especially since like there was at least from what I remember, it was very brief, mm-hmm. very brief. They were, you know, doing a single shot of the keyboardist, and then we see Froppy watching the performance on her phone.
Yeah.
So that also
because she was with Uraraka. Because they had those things, and then Sugar Man?
Sugar Man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they were watching it. They were watching it at their like dojo.
Mm-hmm.
So it was getting. See, the thing I just had a question: was it only getting broadcast to the Class 1A alum or to more people because they were able to see it? But no, that was cool. I would just say the few things like you said, like basically the top 4 out of 5, just being all the way back there, not bringing attention. That was really cool. And just bring up something back from a podcast you previously said. Are you, because you were hot about like the top 10 being basically all like UA
students. Yeah.
Now the top
from class 1A UA students.
Now the top 5, 4 out of the, well, technically Mount Lady went, but 4 out of the 5, we saw those UA people in high school. Mm-hmm. And the only one we didn't see is Mount Lady, who was a pro hero in the thing. So the top 5.
And she had just debuted, so like she was probably fresh out of high school.
So the top 5 is 3 from when we saw them. 3 freshmen and a senior from UA, and they're the top 5. And then Mount Lady, who you just said is new. So it's just like, where the heck are the other... Where
have we had no other quality heroes, guys? But anyway, like... Something I forgot to mention was, of course, the flashback to as she's performing. What's the name of the song again? Hero 2. Which is the same song that Jiro performed.
Yep.
They show the sequence of, you know, her being, you know, in the shadows, her back towards what would be, you know, assumed to be the light, and then she starts turning around, breaks free from Overhaul's like grasp and smiling. So we get to see that whole sequence again, which is, that's what really, like, the tears were coming and then they were really percolating on the eyelids and started falling as the performance kept going. Just like, oh my gosh, it's just such a well closed out series and ending. Like, sure, there are things that are quote unquote left to interpretation, like this actually happens probably before, at least if I'm understanding the timeline correctly, this episode would have happened before, you know, the class all gets together to go out for drinks.
No, because Shoto's already number 2. And Deku came back.
That's right, they were celebrating him being number 2. That's right.
And, Deku didn't get his armor. Once he got his armor, like they said, he's been able to... Yeah. So this is after. So this is the epilogue after the epilogue.
Got it. Man, then I wish Uraraka would have been with Deku.
Well, that would have confirmed... you would think, like, if like they were there, like, oh, from that thing. Yeah.
But I mean, she is a working lady, and she's got stuff to do, trying to, you know, protect the future Chillins with complicated quirks or misunderstood quirks. So, like, good on her. But it would have been just a nice little touch.
Also, in real life thing, Eraser and them, whoever's approves Midoriya's leave time, would have been like, yeah, you could take the day off. Like, it'd be easier for him to take it off. I think my thing, I don't want to get you in your feels, but...
Of course you do. Always.
This is technically, right now, this is the last time we'll ever see them ever again.
Yeah, I know.
Anime-wise. Like, that was it.
And I think that's also why it's like a little irksome that it was so short.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at the same time, it makes sense because you don't want to like bring in more elements to make it longer and leave more questions without the plan of like having a follow-up series. And as far as we're aware, Horikoshi, he's working on a horror manga next.
Yep.
So he's diverting. He's done with My Hero as far as we're aware. And as much as it's like, damn, it's in such a good place.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just is. It was wrapped up so beautifully. I'm content. I'm content.
We'll see if you stay content because we still have the final season of Vigilantes. So that when we watch Vigilantes, you're like, damn, I miss watching My Hero.
Yes, but I think for like saying like My Hero, the original series, I'm content where it's at. Because Vigilantes, everything that happens in Vigilantes is obviously before My Hero. So like whatever the final season of Vigilantes goes through and wraps up, we already know exactly everything else that plays out. Yeah. So I guess I kind of forgot for a split second about the last season of Vigilante. So when I made the comment about being content, it's like, yeah, I think I'm okay with this being the last time we see Class 1A, like within that timeline. Yeah, I mean, if we get to see them, pop up in season 3 for some reason, like something's happening at Midoriya's middle school. So we see, old school Deku and Bakugo interactions. Like, okay, cool. But
so I'll throw this in that because I meant like the last thing with My Hero and like being content is like when you're watching Vigilantes.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, not even just like, you just miss watching My Hero as a thing.
Yeah.
So then with that over, technically from what we know right now, from now until the rest of our natural lives, there will never be another ever again, which is crazy. And then like if they wanted to do something to like connect the things, what if they do an epilogue after Vigilantes that like treats it all the present day, and it ends with like Midoriya meeting the Crawler? Then everyone's gonna go freaking ballistic because they're like, we don't get anything after this. Like we don't get, because that's what people want to see, those two interact. But
true.
No, just watching, and I was just like, damn, this is really it. Like for the time being, this is. Unless no movie gets announced or anything like that, this is truly it.
Right.
Ending on Eri, who knew back then when you were watching when you were watching season 4 and she becomes such a prominent thing that Eri would be the main character of the last My Hero Academia present day stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't have thought it for sure, but it just makes sense because the whole idea is the new hope, the new generation. Yeah. And so she and Koya, and we get him briefly shown and mentioned in this episode as well. So like it's the younger characters are the ones that, if anything gets picked up later on in a like serialized fashion, I think it would be about them. Or the little kid that they introduced at the...
That he helped.
What was his name? Was it Dai?
Something like that. He had that like Rock Lee type head. Like
Rock Lee hair with the discs in his hair, yeah.
But now I'm surprised when there. But no, it's just... The anime always does stuff of like adding. Yeah. So now I'm just wondering like, was the one shot like 2 pages? Because they always add stuff more in the anime than they do the manga. Right. And that was only 6 minutes. So it's like...
My guess is it was part of the special episode that they made the epilogue out of originally, and they just kind of was like, well, we'll just have a nice quick little something and threw that in there.
So, yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, that's it. That's the end. 6 minutes. Seeing Eri in high school is wild because we knew her when she was a little girl, and now she is a high school, like, kind of crazy how she's just, wants to pursue music, which is great. But I'm like, man, that little 15-year-old has one of the most powerful quirks in history, just casually.
Hey, and that's part of the brilliance of the universe and the choice of like, you might have an OP quirk, but if you don't have the desire to be a hero or, a villain, you just go on about your day and don't use it. Yeah. As long as you have it under control, which is part of, Froppy and Uraraka's whole thing is like learning and understanding quirks. because they manifest sometimes at birth, but sometimes not until like kindergarten. So like even to like exist in your everyday, just like she does now, needed to learn like how to actually control it, or like not just let it spontaneously go off. So there's some sort of like quirk learning and like training, quote unquote, involved. But I mean, on a very basic example, it's kind of like people that might grow a little bit too quickly and they're still like growing into their bodies a little bit, like trying to coordinate that their limbs are a little longer than they should be. So like it's just like a natural part of getting things together and growing up. And yeah, that's her choice. And technically speaking, since she knows how to control it, if she ever wanted to, you know, maybe assist, we never saw Recovery Girl again.
No. But
if she ever needed like an assist, like Ari could pop up. They could call Ari up. So, but again, we'll probably never see that, and that's okay.
As you were just saying, Andrew, we're at the 16-minute mark. Do you have anything else you want to say? That's 16 minutes for six minute episode.
Well, I was gonna say let's stuff those 4 minutes for Byron. Anyway, just kidding. I mean, it's just been a wonderful journey. The whole time, watching everything, being able to, I mean, talk about it on the podcast, like, still unreal. You told me earlier this week about, you know, people from X amount of countries and X amount of people consistently listen to the pods that we do. And I mean, it's overwhelming. I'm incredibly grateful, especially to y'all for allowing me to do this, inviting me to do this. Because you never had to ask. So thank you very much. Thank y'all for coming along with us. If you are, you know, hearing this pod is specifically for the first time and haven't watched My Hero, I very much suggest starting from the beginning and, you know, diving through our archives to like listen along.
Oh, yeah, you can find some passionate ones.
Some gems, some goodies.
Especially from season 6 to 8, like covering that in real time.
In real time, yeah. And I guess be on the lookout, because I mean, as much as there won't be new content after this next season of Vigilantes, I mean, I could have an idea or two for a case study or a random little thing, because I know for a fact this and season 3 of Vigilantes are not my last time talking about My Hero. Yeah. And I hope y'all will be here with us for that.
Agreed. I mean, we're keeping this under 20 minutes. There's a whole bunch of things that can be said about My Hero, but you'll just have to tune in for that. I mean, obviously, Andrea just said she'll be back for Vigilantes, the final season. So maybe we finally find out what happened to all these people of right before the main story started and see who lived, died, etc. But with that being said, thank you everyone for listening to the L7C podcast. Again, if you're going to watch this episode, have some napkins and tissues ready. It is a tearjerker. Thank you. Make sure you like, rate, comment, subscribe wherever you listen to, and we'll be back sooner than you think talking My Hero Academia. Signing out. Thank you for listening to this episode of the L7C podcast. Be sure to like, rate, review, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on all social media platforms, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Take care.